The 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 36, by Vivek. For these were the days of Resdania, when Keimer and Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of the Omsivi and their champion, the Hortator. Though Dwemer had become foolish and challenged their masters. Out of their fortresses there came of golden ballistae that walked, and mighty atronachs, and things that spat flame, and things that made killing songs. Their king was Dumak Dwarfork, but their high priest was Kagranak, the blighter. Under mountains and over them the war with the Dwemer was raged, and then came the northern men to help Kagranak. They brought Ysmir again. Leading the armies of the Keimer was the slave that would not perish, the Hortator Nerevar, who had traded his axe for the ethos knife. He slew Dumak at Red Mountain, and saw the heart bone for the first time. Men of brass destroyed the 11 gates of the Morning Hold, and behind them came the Dwemeri architects of Tone. Ayem threw down her cloak and became the face-snaked queen of the 3-in-1. Those that looked upon her were overcome by meanings of the stars. Under the sea, Seht stirred, and brought the army he had been working on in the castles of glass and coral. Clockwork Druze, mockeries of the Dwemeri war machines, rose up from the seas, and took their counterparts back beneath, where they were swallowed forever by the sea. Red Mountain exploded as the Hortator went too far inside, seeking the Sharmat. Dwemeri High Priest Kagranak then revealed that which he had built in the image of Vivek. It was a walking star which burnt the armies of the Triune and destroyed the heartland of Veloth, creating the inner sea. Each of the aspects of the Omsivi then rose up together, combining as one, and then showed the world the sixth path. Ayem took from the star its fire, Seht took from it its mystery, and Vehk took from it its feet, which had been constructed before the gift of Molech Baal, and destroyed in the manner of truth, by a great hammering. When the soul of the Dwemer could walk no more, they were removed from this world. Resdania was no more. It had been redeemed of all the iniquities of the foolish. The Omsivi drew nets from the beginning place, and captured the ash of Red Mountain, which they knew was the blight of the Dwemer, and that would serve only to infect the whole of the middle world, and ate it. All to do in Dunmeri, the beginning of the words is Omsivi. I give you this as Vivek. The Anticipations, by Anonymous. Overview of the members and of the relationship between the Tribunal and the Daedra. The Daedra are powerful ancestor spirits, similar in form and substance to the Tribunal, blessed be their holy names, but weaker in power, and more arbitrary and removed from the affairs of mortals. In old time, the Keimer worshipped the Daedra as gods, but they did not deserve this veneration, for the Daedra harmed their worshippers as often as helped them. The advent of the Tribunal, blessed be their holy names, changed this unhappy state. By the apotheosis, the Tribunal, blessed be their holy names, became protectors and high ancestor spirits of the Dunmer, and bade the Daedra to give proper veneration and obedience. The 3 good Daedra, Boethia, Asura, and Mephala, recognized the divinity of the Triune ancestors, blessed be their holy names. The rebel Daedra, Molech Baal, Malakath, Sheagorath, and Merun's Dagon, refused to swear fealty to the Tribunal, blessed be their holy names, and their worshippers were cast out. These rebel Daedra thus became the 4 corners of the House of Troubles, and they continue to plague our tranquility and tempt the unwary into heresy and dark worship. The priests of the temple remain ever vigilant for signs of the adversary's return, sometimes aided by the loyal 3 good Daedra, who are familiar with the wiles of their rebellious kin. The good Daedra are known to the temple as the Anticipations, since they are the early ancestral anticipations of the loving patronage of the tribunal. The Anticipations are the Daedra Lords Boethia, Mephala, and Azura. Boethia is the anticipation of Almalexia, but male to her female. Boethia was the ancestor who illuminated the elves ages ago before the mythic era. He told them the truth of Lorkhan's test, and defeated Auriel's champion Trinimac. Boethia ate Trinimac and voided him. The followers of Boethia and Trinimac rubbed the soil of Trinimac upon themselves and changed their skins. Mephala is the anticipation of vivec, but manifold and androgynous. Mephala taught the Chimera to evade their enemies or kill them with secret murder. The Chimera were few in those days and threatened on all sides. Mephala taught the Chimera to build houses. Later, Mephala created the Morag Tong. Azura is the anticipation of Sotha-Sil, but female to his male. Azura was the ancestor who taught the Chimera how to be different from the Altmer. Her teachings are sometimes attributed to Boethia. In the stories, Azura is often encountered more as a communal progenitor of the race as a whole, rather than as an individual ancestor. She is associated with dusk and dawn, and is sometimes called the Mother Soul. Azura's star, also called the Twilight Star, appears briefly at dawn and dusk, low on the horizon below the constellation of the Steed. Azura is associated with mystery and magic, fate and prophecy.